Speaking of purple things, do you remember Barney? Were you one of those few people that got to watch the first episodes where Barney was a pretty kind of fierce looking dinosaur? So speaking of fierce dinosaurs, I'm going to be attending the King of Missouri competition this year, 2022. It's a fierce dinosaur. I guess that's me because I've been in crawling since it was before it was a thing, I guess. And they're actually going to have the old school classes there. And unfortunately, I might have a rig that I can bring that actually fits in the old comm classes. But at King of Missouri this year, they're going to have C1, C2, C3, so your normal scale comp classes, which I guess this would fall into. But I don't got any scale points, so I'm not even going to bother with that. Then they also are going to do, if I remember correctly, they're going to do mini class, MOA, which is a 2.2, bigger wheel style, shafty class, and kids class, if I remember correctly off the top of my head. And, old dinosaur like me, yeah, I would be more in tune for like the shafty class. Hell, I'd probably drive this thing in it. It's not going to be totally performance oriented because we have a servo on chassis for this thing. Or I'd have to throw some 2.2s on it, I guess. My wheelbase isn't long enough. I'm already talking myself out of entering this into 2.2 class. There's no way I'd be competitive against those guys. We've still got a pretty competitive amount of people in those old school classes here in Missouri. So I was just gonna wrench and talk about the King of Missouri that I'm prepping for this weekend. So as usual, I'm gonna be driving down the box truck. And as usual, I haven't replaced my back door yet in the box truck. I got no excuses for that. I told the truck, I told it, if it made it down to Florida and back on this last trip and didn't break down on me, that I was gonna buy a brand new back door. And it did it. It made it there and back. I think I had new tires on it. I had to do some work to it. What was it? Yeah, it don't matter. It don't matter. So I still need to replace my back door. It's really starting to rot away at this point. I'll get to it. And just kind of prepping some rigs. I'll probably just go down there and have some fun, to tell you the truth. I'm not really at the point of my life to where competing is high priority. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I really prefer to go down to events and just kind of have some fun. I'm not there to try to beat everybody at their own game. I'd rather hang out and talk, and if somebody has a problem, then I always bring my soldering equipment with me, and there's always somebody that needs that kind of quick soldering fix, and I'm always glad to help. That's always. I'll say always 18 times in a sentence even. So yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. There's a lot of people that I haven't seen in a long time. It's down in Jadwin, Missouri at Flat Nasty. And Flat Nasty is a pretty awesome off-road park here in Missouri that they've got all kinds of stuff there. So that's going to be fun. I am looking forward to it. What I'm not looking forward to is all these teeny tiny bolts, tiny baby bolts we got here. So yeah, let's see. I'm gonna bring some rigs. I'm gonna bring some fun rigs for me, basically. And besides that, and a lot of my equipment for soldering, maybe some DJ supplies. I don't know if I'm gonna be DJing there or anything, but after the event, one of my buddies is actually hosting a float trip that's in the same part of Missouri. So I'm gonna go from Flat Nasty over to wherever it is, some other place in Missouri, southern Missouri, go on a float trip. And that I am bringing my DJ equipment so that I can passively host. I'll actually be able to DJ, but I'm sure after a long day of floating that I'm not going to want to sit there and work the decks, but we'll see. They're there if I want to. It'll be a good time. Between that and the new generator that I got, I've got all the power in the world. All the power I need. You can't cross water if you don't have power. So we're going to have some power. I will say the generator that I got from Harbor Freight, Predator, I think is the brand. I just got a small one. It's been working really well. I used to rent the little Hondas, and absolutely nothing wrong with those Hondas. But from what I hear, those Predators are Honda clones. And for going to events like this, you know, it's just really handy to have that sort of thing. Even if not for, you know, a typical all-day use, because I do have a really big battery. We've got like a 400 amp hour, 12 volt battery set up in that van. And I've got, you know, inverters and stuff like that. So pretty easy for me to have power. But as a backup to, let's say, recharge those 400 amp hour batteries, or you know, let's say I don't want to risk it and you know, run the batteries all night for whatever reason. I do have a heater in there, a little diesel heater. It's just nice to kind of have that generator as a backup is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man. So I'm gonna bring it with me. I may not even use it, but I'm gonna bring it with me. All right, we got our stock skid plate here. We got this. And I am looking forward to it. Yeah, so this this video, let's see, maybe we can edit this and drop this video in the next couple of days. And you can tell me in the comments if you're going, or if you went, if this drops afterwards, of course. Say hello, come and say hello to me at the competition. And yeah, so I'm just gonna keep wrenching here, and we're gonna get ready for the event. So thanks for tuning in. If you got any questions, leave them down below. As always, have a great day.